Oh, hey. Hi there. Didn't see you there. How you doing? All right, just posting in a couple of spots that I am live. On the old Instagram. If you would like to do the same, it is much appreciated. Whoop whoop Cyrus, Big Sizz, Nick Bazaar, whoop whoops. Bro, Wacko had $80 shirts and flashed all that cash? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point, question mark. Wake Up said. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm here to get a proper gander at Juggalos. Whoop whoop crows up. Cheese House says Mad Clown Love. Gusto in real life says whoop whoop. Not cool says Wake Up. The $80 for the shirts or flashing the cash? Which part's not cool? Yo, let me get that wrench, Cheese House says. No! Oh, yeah. I'm live now. Come watch the show? Well, that's an interesting fucking tactic. I've never done that one before. Here. Paste. Watch here. All right. If you guys would like to share it out as well, it always helps out. Always helps out. Always helps out. Just keep repeating myself. Always helps out. I'm live. Oh, wait. We'll do it like this. HABS 186 live. Love? Fuck that. Love. Love now. Live now. Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. I don't really care. Is this part of the show? Yes! You're watching the show. This is part of the show. Me sort of rambling at the top of it while I post links. Because I didn't post the link before I hit the go live button. While we wait for the show to start. Yep, that's what this is. This is like the preamble for the bramble. To use your terminology. The preamble for the bramble. By the way, do you know the lore about brambles? Cheese? The Howard Stern, George Takei lore about brambles? Do y'all know that lore? Am I the only one that's secretly laughing every time I see bramble? I might be. I might be. I might be. What is the meaning behind the title of the stream? Well, Cheese House once called me Juggalo propaganda, and I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I am Juggalo propaganda, ain't I? And if I am Juggalo propaganda, god damn it, I'm the best at Juggalo propaganda. By the way, there's the thumbnail. Let me do the reveal. Let's do it right. I'm the best at Juggalo propaganda, god damn it. What's up, y'all? So, I did some... Oh, it's not... I was gonna brag. I was gonna be like, hey, look at how not clipping the video is. But sure enough, it's doing the same old glitches. Soon as I switch over. I thought it was gonna be a little better tonight. Before I went live, I had 0 glitches. But now we got glitches. What's in this box, Steven? We're gonna get to that in a second, buddy. Whoa, this strain breaks up to be way less weed than the last strain, you guys. This doesn't break up to be nearly as much weed as the Bubble-ish did. This is higher Meyer Hashki I'm smoking on right now. Well, I'm not smoking on it yet, but I'm about to be. How is everybody doing today, tonight, whatever, what have you? Good, great, that's fine. How are you? How am I? I don't know. I'm fine, I guess. Been a weird week. Been a weird 2 weeks since I've done a show, I guess, right? It's been 2 weeks. We got a lot of shit to catch up on. I have 3 Shaggy shows to go over. Calm down. Cool your pies. Calm your excitement. It's just Shaggy shows. I gotta get a lighter. I had a lighter. Oh, how many lighters am I gonna lose this stream, y'all? I got, let's see, 3 Shaggy shows. And 2 Bruce Brothers episodes to go over. So, we got a lot to talk about. Plus, there's so many fucking notes. Oh my god, there's so many notes. I guess let's talk about what happened at my day job to open things up. Because something funny happened last week at my day job. So, my company that I work for at my day job got bought by another company. And they did a whole big work meeting where everyone was like on the edge of their seat because they didn't know what the fuck the work meeting was. So they bring us all in there and the whole company, and they're like, hey, where's my phone? We sold the company. Don't worry. Nothing's changing. No one's getting fired. No one's getting laid off. No pay cuts. No, you're not losing your vacation package. Don't worry. Everybody calm down. Basically trying to cool everybody's pies. But so I'm like, I'm zoned out. I'm basically doing one of these. Cause like, it's a work meeting. I know the deal. I don't really care. It's whatever. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna wait till I get fired next year. She's just said trust everybody getting fired. They claim they just bought 2 other companies. What was it? They claim they bought a place in Portland and then they bought a place in South Carolina. And they kept everybody in the South Carolina plant. There was no changeover, and in the Portland place, there was only 1 person that they rolled over. That's what they claim. Now, will that be the thing that happens next year? I don't know. We'll see. I don't really care. I got other options. I'm honestly kind of, I'm over working for that place. It pays me pretty well. I got hella good benefits there, but I'm kind of over working there. It's a bit of a dead-end job. Shouts out to Dungeon, who just joined the Alienated right now. Shouts out to Dungeon for joining. Shouts out to all you green motherfuckers who are alienated, by the way. So yeah, let me keep on with the story. So I'm doing one of these. I'm tuned out. I'm not even paying attention. I'm doing one of these at this point. And I hear my name. I'm like, uh-oh. They're like, Eric, you'll find this funny. So the person at the HR department said to us, hey, and this is at the company that bought us, the HR department at the company that bought us. I'm hearing HR department. I'm like, uh-oh, what did I do? What the fuck did I do? HR department? Am I going to be the only one fired? Holy shit. So I'm like shitting my pants a little bit. And they go, the lady in the HR department asked us, hey, do y'all got a motherfucker in there who has green hair? Oh, shit. Am I in trouble for having green hair? What conspiracy happens in real life and how I ain't paying attention? What's that conspiracy, Cheese? Which one? You don't know what I'm going to talk about tonight, so maybe I might be talking about it tonight. I'm talking about that UFO that's fake, that Luis Elizondo. Acquisition firms are known for their honesty. I don't want to say what kind of firm it is. It's another company that's in the similar field that we're in, right? So it's not an acquisition firm, but they definitely acquired us. Anyway. So they're like, we know you got we know you got someone in there with green hair. What's his name? No, they're like, is there by chance a gentleman who works there who has green hair? And I'm like, oh fuck, they're gonna tell me I gotta cut my hair, I gotta dye my hair, I can't have green hair. That's what they're gonna tell me. That's finally over. They finally have had enough of my nonsense walking around here with green hair. They're finally gonna step. They're gonna step down on me in my green hair. They go, she said that her husband is a big fan of him. I'm like, what? Now, mind you, I have never said on here where I work. I have alluded to it a bunch. I've even said what kind of work I do on here. I've never said where I work on here. I've never even worn one of my work t-shirts on here. Y'all might have if y'all are really eagle-eye watchers, you might have caught me on Instagram wearing a work shirt one time. But even then, I usually take the fucking shit off and put something else on. Been very, very careful not to say where I work on here. So I'm like, so my mind immediately is like, well, who the fuck is it that knows? Who the fuck is it that knows? And they're like, yeah, they got pictures. They got like all your CDs. They got pictures with you and everything. And I'm like, what? Who the fuck is this? Because I'm like, who is it? What's their name? And they're like, Joe. And I'm like, it can't be that Joe. Because there's one Joe that immediately comes. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know Joe. Lovely Joe. Awesome Joe. Joe is like amazing. Joe lifts. Every time I saw Joe at Juggalo, Ohio 3, I knew my time was about to get a little bit better because Joe's just so pleasant to be around. So I'm like, it can't be that Joe. There's no way. There's no way it's that Joe. So a day goes by. I'm sitting there. I'm not supposed to say anything at that point. They said wait 24 hours before you tell anyone that we even sold the company because we don't want it to get out there. So whatever. I didn't hit up that Joe. So the next day, the new people are in the company again. They're walking around. They're trying to get to know people. We have to sign a new contract, all that kind of shit. And the owner guy, the new owner guy, he goes, "You want to see that picture?" Because apparently he has a picture from the gathering of me on his phone with this Joe. And sure fucking enough, it's that Joe. It's Joe. It's I don't know if Joe wants his full name on her. It's Joe. And so I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck? I think I figured out how she figured out I worked there. But I'm still like, what a fucking small ass world. That like Joe's wife is the HR for this new company. So I asked Joe very politely if his wife can put in the good word for me because I definitely deserve a very hefty raise, probably at least $17 raise at my job. So hopefully that goes through. But yeah, mega shouts out to Joe and his wife. And what a fucking weird story though, huh? That's like the only time, like, you know, I'm at this fucking day job of mine, right? And, you know, I'd be going off to do jug things and coming back and I'd be telling stories to them and they're looking at me like, yeah, okay, yeah, you're a Jugga celebrity. Okay, whatever, Eric, whatever. Like they're rolling their eyes at me and shit, you know? They don't really understand that if I go to you know, this is me bragging a little bit, but it's the truth. If I go to a Juggalo event, I'm a Juggalo, so I'm suddenly a celebrity there or whatever. Like I get asked for pictures. People want to talk to me or whatever. It's the truth. So when I come back and I try to explain that, I think they're looking at me like, yeah, okay, Eric, yeah, you met Violent J, cool, you met Violent J and Shaggy Dope, cool. Like they don't really care, they don't really understand. But I think everybody in that room, I think everybody I worked with was just sort of like, wait, what? Like, how is he being recognized? Like, what the fuck? Like, it was funny. So they were, you know, what did they say? Oh fuck, they compared me to some fucking stupid celebrity, Gwyneth Paltrow or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, weird fucking story. Small world, right? See, Laffy, the clown Juggalo. I got a pic with you at the gathering. I'm sure a lot of you got pics with me at the gathering. Anyway, I had to open up with that story because it's just so fucking weird. What a small world, man. Yeah. The national, I guess, are we going to, I think I have to hold off a little bit. I got a bunch of UFO stuff I want to talk to you. Shouts out to Steven. I got a bunch of UFO stuff I want to talk to you. Did you tell him you sell shirts? No, but I probably should. I probably should start trying to sell my shit to people at work. Speaking of selling shirts, though, thank you for that segue. I do have shirts for sale still. All of these colors. Oh, wait, no. One of them is gone. The silver green boy in the top left-hand corner is gone now. That one is completely sold out. I got 2 more left of that pink one. I got 1 more left of that blue one in the bottom there, in the middle bottom there. Some of these sizes are disappearing. Thank you to everyone who, it's so messy in here. I'm embarrassed to run cat cam right now. I gotta clean this living room before I can run cat cam again. And they're not doing anything fun anyway, so you got cat cam right here. I sold the last one. You're welcome. You did? You sold that shit? You sold that shit to what's his name? Fuck. I can't remember his shoot. Jobless Toast? I can't remember his shoot name. You sold that shit to Jobless Toast? I didn't even know you knew Jobless Toast. Jobless Toast isn't even a juggalo like that either. He knew Emily's roommate, Emily. That's crazy. Yeah, I modeled it in Vegas. That's crazy. I didn't even know Jobless Toast was in Vegas. That's so wild you did that. Thank you, Cheese. Shouts out to Cheese, though, for being the first motherfucker to buy a shirt from this new drop. As much as it seems that Cheese House might not like me, Cheese House loves my ass, and I love Cheese House. So thank you, Cheese House, for your support. Joe's wife and Ha are co-workers. I might have to visit next work trip. By the way, Joe, shouts out to Joe for the $9.99 super chat there. That's the Joe right there. Joe, they said the nicest things about you, dog. They were like, he's the best. I'm like, he is the best, ain't he? He's like, at the work parties, he just cracks everybody the fuck up. He is so funny. And they hella put you over, Joe. They hella put you over. And I put you over too. Because I'm like, yeah, he is the best. He is hilarious, isn't he? You're gucking paranoid. I love you, idiot. Oh, thank you. I love you too. And yes, I'm hella paranoid. I'm hella paranoid. Yeah, if y'all knew the extent of my paranoia, if you only knew the extent of my paranoia, you could tell me you love me like Cheese House just did. And I'll still think you hate me. Ain't that wild? Ain't that wild how mental illness works? Oh, shouts out to mental illness, y'all. A gift and a curse, as I like to call it. God, you were just drooling Steven just drooled all over me from that last one. Just chill. Here, come up here. Steve. Just chill, buddy. All right, let's get into some of this UFO stuff. So this is a picture that was released at the congressional hearings. The National Archives, by the way, released a whole bunch of UFO photos that are very far away, very blurry, and some of them very obviously fake. Some of them admittingly fake. Some of them that they're like, yeah, we know this one's fake, but here you go. Here's some UFO photos. This photo, though, I got some UFO podcast stuff I'm going to talk about after. LHRPG with the $5 super chat. Did you get the link I sent you? Shit, I forgot to fucking take notes on that. I know it's not a fun topic, but I thought if anyone could get the word out, you could. I'm gonna put that in HABS 187. Or maybe I might just watch that video on Twitch, LHRPG, and then I'll bring it over here to talk about. I fucking didn't actually watch it and take notes, so that's my bad. He's been talking about he's mentally in some dream about you. Imagine if like all of that was just like a complete delusion, a complete dream that I had. None of that was real. Hey, maybe I am that mentally ill. Who fucking knows? So this photo is from Lou Elizondo, who he was part of this congressional hearing that went down, congressional briefing that went down last week. And he shared this UFO photo of an alleged giant silver disc that a pilot caught. The pilot obviously well above it. And at first glance, you're like, damn, that's crazy. Look at the shadow on that thing, huh? Look at the shadow on that fucking thing. That's crazy. It took less than a day for people on Reddit and people on Twitter. I actually have the name of the Reddit guy who figured it out. Sword then Snow, Reddit user, figured out that this is just the land pattern out there. There's what do they call them? Irrigation patterns that are circles. There's the actual same spot, the same location, and you can see it's just the placing of the two irrigation patterns and the angle that makes it sort of like an optical illusion that it's a giant disc with a shadow under it. Now, Lou Elizondo, big muckety muck, big official muckety muck when it comes to all of this UFO stuff. Very embarrassed. This is a very embarrassing thing to be coming out with. Look at this groundbreaking UFO photo, everybody. I'm gonna really blow your minds. And then it's really just a complete fucking fake. Like it's, and at this point, Lou Elizondo is someone who has exhibited a startling lack of knowledge in the subject matter that he's supposed to be an expert in. He's embarrassed himself on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast a couple of times. I think he said he didn't know anything about Bob Lazar, which seems bizarre. I don't know, man. This is a very, he's had to come out himself and admit that he doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. Man, have you noticed how the alien thing has gotten quiet again? I was seeing so much stuff in the skies for about 3 months straight, and now nothing. It's kind of crazy, man. I have proof too, video. Talking about the flap. Are you out in Jersey? Did you see? Excuse me. Did you see some of the Jersey drones and shit? North Carolina. Whole East Coast, man. Yeah, that whole East Coast was fucking seeing them. Someone in my town allegedly saw one of them. Yeah, wild shit. I believe you, by the way. I saw orbs and drones. Yeah, I believe you. A lot of people saw stuff. There were so many interesting interviews that happened this week. First of all, I guess I'll just go in chronological order of the ones I watched. This guy, Harold Malmgren, I think I'm saying that right, was on the Jesse Michaels YouTube channel. Go check out that. All of these I would recommend you checking out. This guy's old as fuck, though, all right? I don't know what to think about this interview because this guy is old as fuck. The interview was literally broken up into 2 segments. One where he's alive and in person for an interview, and then one where he's literally dying on the phone. He's literally on his deathbed. The man died a week after the second interview, and he's sounding real out of it. And I don't know if you've ever been, as someone who was just around someone who passed away and personally witnessed someone on their deathbed get confused and tell stories in different ways. I just watched my dad tell me a story, and then fucking 10 minutes later tell the same story, but suddenly I'm interjected into the story. Suddenly I'm in the 60s. Suddenly I'm at the Janis Joplin concert in the 60s, and I'm like, I wasn't even alive then, Dad. But anyway, this Harold Malmgren guy says some of the more outrageous things in this interview during his deathbed confession. Now, you could argue he's ready to talk about some of this stuff, or you could argue maybe the man's on his deathbed and he's a little confused. Regardless, he says some wild shit throughout this interview. He talks about seeing a video of an interview of an alien being that was allegedly collected from Roswell. He worked directly with JFK. He actually is credited with stopping the Cuban Missile Crisis. He prevented nukes going off, basically. He worked directly with JFK. When asked directly if he knows if JFK got whacked due to UFOs, He says he knows 100% that's the reason why. Now, that is going to relate to something I'm about to drop because I got the fucking footage back. I got the footage back of when I was in Dallas and I went down to the grassy knoll. Shouts out to Strife. Shouts out to Strife for this because Strife and Mike are the ones that filmed it. And I don't think we would have gone down there if it wasn't for Strife manning up and being like, let's go down there. But I got the footage back. Oh, we got a baby run in.
Neither Walgreens nor Penguin had cotton candy, which is fine. But
cheese pizza Cheetos
they're
Puffs, huh?
so good.
All right, we're doing a live taste test
They're
of
so fucking
cheese
good.
pizza Cheetos Puffs.
The lady at the register was like, "Are they good?" I was like, "I haven't had them before," and I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna try it right now." I was like, "You want one?" I gave the fucking cashier a Cheeto.
Oh, not bad.
They're so fucking
Yeah,
good.
it's not bad.
I'm obsessed with these.
Will you
now.
get me a drink?
What do you want?
A water or I don't think I have any of those Celsiuses. I brought all those to work.
I can handle that.
Thank you, baby.
Mhm.
I am dying in here. And that just made my mouth into a cheesy, dry mess. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Ha goes to the grassy knoll. So expect a, 5-10 minute vlog of me going to the spot where JFK got whacked in Dallas. And it came out looking really good because Strife has this fancy-ass new camera he was shooting on. Yeah, actually. That would be great. Thank you, baby. So expect that to drop. I have to finish editing. It's almost done. I just have to do one more pass over. The public version of Juggalo Goes to Lost Lands 2 Burn Ban. Then I'm doing a smaller vlog, probably about a half hour to an hour length, of Juggalo Weekend, Worcester. Then another half hour to an hour long one for Juggalo Night Dallas. That'll have the grassy knoll stuff in it, but I'm going to drop the grassy knoll thing as its own vlog on the main channel. And then Juggalo Ohio footage. I felt like I didn't film a lot at Juggalo Ohio, but I filmed so fucking much, man. There were so many files. So that's what, four vlogs coming. 3 if y'all have already seen Juggalo Goes to Lost Lands uncut. There's not going to be anything new in the public version. There's going to be less stuff. So
What do you want to eat for dinner?
what do we got? What are our options? Oh, there goes the pack.
Crispy panko chicken thighs with bok choy rice and sweet chili mayo.
Okay.
Chicken parm, steak tips and fettuccine,
Mm.
and the quiche.
Maybe I'm leaning steak tips and fettuccine, but
Ooh, and it comes with a tropical pudding dessert.
you said that so sassy. Yeah, I'm down with whatever, but I'm leaning steak and fettuccine.
Okay.
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 Okay. Love you.
Love you.
Oh yeah. Strange suspicion.
Sweaty under my titties. I gotta.
Emily's sweaty under her titties. You gonna do a swipe?
How can you not? Well.
You gonna do a swipe?
You just go like that.
Just moving
Wasn't
around.
that a Shark Tank product?
Yeah, there was a titty rag, wasn't there? There was a titty swipe rag or something.
Do it my damn self.
Yeah, do it damn self. Oh yeah, Strange Suspicion said at 7:45 on their channel, the Jug of the Week video that I did is dropping as its own clip on their channel. Now, wait, what are you talking about, Kusuke? What are we talking about? I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Why do I try to read the chat? Every time I try to read the chat, I get all confused and conflabbled. And on Wednesday, oh, it's not even. Why did I think it was today? God, I read that message earlier completely wrong. I was so tired. God, working these overtime shifts. I know I should never read the chat, Josh. You're right. You're right. Shouts out to Josh. We're going to be doing episode 2. Well, not episode 2. Toxic Avenger 2. The second episode in our Toxic Avenger series here soon. When are we doing? Did we set a date for May, didn't we, Josh? Is that this weekend? Are we doing that this weekend? I gotta watch Toxic Avenger 2 is the only thing. I'm like, oh shit. I gotta make sure I watch that shit. Humble reads the chat every 15 chats with absolutely no reference. See, I read it a lot. I read it a lot in the beginning of the show, and then once the show is rolling, I stop reading. Okay, so it's... Did we set a date, though? I can't remember, bro. My memory's trash. Okay. Second UFO interview I want to talk about, because I have 3 UFO interviews I want to talk about. Matthew Brown was interviewed on Weaponized, which is Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp's podcast. Matthew Brown is the new whistleblower who did not go through DOPSR. He did not go through the proper channels of clearing himself through the government to be a whistleblower to talk about. He's the guy who wrote Immaculate Constellation, the recent report that was for Congress. Yeah, he's basically coming out and he's risking imprisonment or execution to talk about some of the stuff he's talking about. Now, this is a first of 3-part interview over in Weaponized. I think part 2 must be dropping here in a couple of days. But Matthew Brown says that he's very serious. He's very serious when he's talking about some of this stuff. But he alludes to the concept of a prison planet in his interview. In a very, very dark future. Go check that interview out. It's I think the first part's only 45 minutes long, and we're just barely getting into some shit. Now, the third and final UFO interview I want to talk about tonight is Hal Puthoff on the Joe Rogan Experience. He talks about remote viewing. There's a really weird moment in there where he talks about, he warns against remote viewing yourself, which is a wild ass concept I never even considered. If y'all don't know, remote viewing or astral projecting is the concept of sort of meditating and basically getting out of your body, whether that be physically or psychically, however you want to look at it. Your soul actually leaving your body, or your consciousness psychically leaving your body, however you want to look at it. But basically you can go places. You can go some really crazy places with remote viewing and astral projecting. But he warned against doing it to yourself, which is, I mean, that is a crazy concept. And I wonder why. He warned against it. Doesn't really elaborate on it, just warns against it. He does talk about the idea of some of these UFO crashes being donations, says that some of them were just left in the desert. It looks like they were just left in the desert. He talks about Art's Parts for you Coast to Coast fans out there. You guys remember Art's Parts? Art's Parts are still fucking clanking around, y'all. They did some tests on Art's Parts basically this confirmed that Hal Puthoff's UFO materials that he's been getting tests done on are indeed Art's Parts from the fucking 90s. How crazy is that? As a long time UFO nut, conspiracy theorist nut, whatever the fuck, that was a really cool moment to get direct confirmation that it is Art's Parts they've been testing. Says the United States has at least 10 vehicles from other places. At least 10. Confirms that other countries have them and have been testing them. Is Hal Puthoff a disinfo agent? Is what he's spreading accurate? Is his little cough that is persistent throughout the interview a tell? What gamblers would call a tell? Or is it simply just a tick? Are all of these gentlemen that I talked about today disinfo agents? Matthew Brown, maybe. Harold Malmgren? I don't know. He might just be an old man who was dying. Lou Elizondo, almost certainly a disinfo agent. Almost certainly a disinfo. It's so funny. I'm looking at my notes. completely unrelated, I'm calling Hal Putoff a disinfo agent here, and then is he a bad disinfo agent for Lou Elizondo? All right, let's get to some jug shit. I know y'all are sick of the fucking... So, Twiztid, this was brought to my attention. Who brought this to my attention? Oh, where is it? Corey on Instagram sent me this. Twiztid made a post over on Facebook where they're promoting their new tour, their Freak Show tour. And in the comments, we had Sassy Esham. Old Sassy Esham made an appearance again. It's been a while since we've seen Sassy Esham. It's good to see him poke his head out again. Y'all could always come see the real wicked shit too. And then he posts a little video ad for his mini tour that is going down here shortly. Here's the dates on that, by the way. Going in July and August. Kind of like a lead up to the Gathering tour, it looks like. But Magic Ninja Entertainment, the account, responded back with an even sassier comment, you could argue. Esham Smith, is it really you? We will definitely pin your post and help get the word out. I know you could use the extra push. Much love, homie. I'll admit, I was surprised at how sassy. I was surprised they even fucking responded, first of all. I was even more surprised at how sassy they felt they could get with Esham. So, that's interesting, huh? Shouts out to Corey who brought that to my attention. Super funny. I probably should have made a whole video just about that, because, super funny. But yeah, here's the tour E's going on. Fuck Twiztid in their Freak Show tour. Who gives a shit? I don't know how accurate. Maybe someone who follows this can confirm it. Is it true they're re-recording Freak Show? Did I hear that right? Because, like, that's a weird concept, man. I know that Monoxide re-recorded, Chainsmoker? His OG Chainsmoker to get the rights. I'm assuming re-recording Freak Show is a way for them to get the rights to that record and maybe do some of those songs or use some of those versions of those songs in different ways. What did they re-recorded Rock the Dead recently too, right? Yes, they are. So they are really doing that, huh? Wow, that's corny. That's just corny, man. They don't own the masters to Freak Show or Most Tasteless, I can guarantee you. At least not the if they own the masters to Most Tasteless, they own the masters to the psychopathic version. You know, they don't own Island Def Jam masters. They don't own the Most Tasteless that was dropped on Island Def Jam. They definitely don't own Freak Show that was dropped on Island Def Jam either. There's just no way. It's like ICP don't own the masters to Riddlebox, Great Malenko, Amazing Jekyll Brothers, Bizarre Bazaar, and Forgotten Freshness Volume 3? Is that the records? I think that's all the records they don't own the masters to anymore. And they might have sold some of the rights to some of the older ones too. But they certainly just treat that shit like they own the shit anyway. So yeah, that's kind of corny. I don't know. Who cares? Let's see. I hope I didn't skip anything. No, we're on track. Shouts out to Kosuke, who we were talking about this a couple weeks back. This is kind of old news relating to WrestleMania. But apparently, and by the way, fuck WWE. WWE has been giving me such bullshit for the last episode of HABS. If y'all saw HABS 185, you're lucky. Because I think it's geo-locked. I think in some locations you can't watch it. They hit me with the copyright strike, WWE, and they took it down for a little while. I contested it because all I did was do some react shit and some commentary shit. Because I was talking about Stone Cold, old Stone Cold being a DUI motherfucker. But I think it was making fun of Tony Hinchcliffe that really got me pinched. I think it was the Tony clip that got me pinched. But anyway, they fought back against my contest after they released it. They released it for like 2 days, and then they fucking were like, you know what? We changed our mind. We're gonna hit you again. Anyway, let me talk about this other WWE thing, because I know Kosuke is really heated about WWE right now. Logan Paul offered old Stone Cold Steve Austin $1 million to be in the Prime bottle, the mascot Prime bottle at WrestleMania. Now, it's a real good thing he didn't do that. He turned it down, obviously. But here's the thing. Here's how that would have unfolded for me. I was thinking about this. If he's in the Prime bottle, I was trying to imagine what the angle would be, right? If Stone Cold's in the Prime bottle, the only angle I think that they could do with that to make it hot and make it interesting would be the Prime bottle would have to attack Logan. It would have to hit Logan with a stunner, right? So suddenly the Prime bottle turns around, kicks Logan Paul in the stomach, hits the stunner. Everyone goes fucking apeshit because they realize, holy shit, Stone Cold's in the Prime bottle. And it would have been a dope moment and everyone would have fucking loved it until it came out that he got paid $1 million by Logan Paul. And then everyone would have turned against that whole moment. That whole moment would have been fresh until you find out, oh, he got paid to do that by Logan? Ew, sell out. At least for me. That's how it would have unfolded for me. Now, Kosuke's upset, I know. And I invited Kosuke to come over tonight to cut a promo about this. WWE released a bunch of wrestlers. A whole bunch of them, including The Rock, by the way. Is that true? The Rock is the one of them that they released? That's weird. But they're bringing back a really controversial wrestler. In the same week that they released all these wrestlers, they're bringing back a dirtbag, an abusive dirtbag, alleged abusive dirtbag named Alberto Del Rio. And Kosuke, I know, is fucking heated about this. Kosuke was telling me he's done with WWE because of this shit. He's straight up done watching WWE because of this shit. Fucking A. WWE fucking up? Well, Kosuke was saying what? Triple H is Vince 2.0. Triple H is now Vince 2.0. Might not be wrong. He might not be wrong, man. Let's talk about some shit that I watched. Boy, y'all ever seen a documentary called Hands on a Hard Body? I'm gonna put y'all on game. I don't think I'll get a copyright strike for this. Hands on a Hard Body is a documentary you can watch on YouTube from the 90s. And it goes in the category of like character pieces, I would say. If you like Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, I would highly recommend checking this out. Fuck. Here we go. I'm going to show you just a little bit of Hands on a Hard Body so you guys know the vibe. Me and Emily watched this the other night because it got brought up on something. Someone brought it up on something, and I was like, holy shit, I haven't thought about that documentary in a minute. So, Hands on a Hard Body is a documentary about this dealership that's giving away a truck.
A pickup that I was driving, a newer model pickup.
Everyone, and this dealership's giving away a Nissan, right? And all these fools
hours into the contest right now,
are competing
Uncomfortable.
by keeping their hands on the car,
The Lord
keeping
has
their
been through a lot
hands
of
on the
prayer
truck.
About, them
That's
needing
how
a
you
truck,
compete to
and
win.
they
This
sold
is a
their old
religious
truck
lady who's listening to
the day
tapes.
that they called and,
It's in a
told
Texas
it
town.
they
It's
wanted-
fucking fascinating.
My shades on. Anybody could bag out any second, any minute. But right now, everybody trying to hang kind of tough there.
I'm ready to go.
You're not worried about the pain?
Nope, I'm here to stay. I'm
You're
here
here to
till
stay.
it's over. I'm going home in that truck. It started hurting about 6:30.
And that's when he got out. They show you when people are cocky and when they get knocked out of the contest. Super interesting. Never seen it. Check it out. I love it. Holds up just as good as I remember it holding up, 10, 15 years ago. Someone wins the truck. That's how it ends. Someone wins the truck. And it's just I don't know, it's a fascinating look into like a microcosm, almost a microculture of like that's around this contest, if you know what I mean. Check it out. It's really fucking dope. I like it a lot. It holds up great. A movie I watched this past week, which I tried to watch 3-4 weeks ago, but I kind of got distracted, and I knew crazy shit was happening in this movie, and I was missing it, so I kind of hit the pause button, and knew I was going to come back to it, because there was enough happening in the movie that I knew it was an interesting movie. So I went back to it, and I finished it. I actually rewatched the whole damn thing. It's called Would You Rather, and it's on Shudder. It's directed by I think Eugene Levy's kid. I think we figured out it was Eugene Levy's kid. But yeah, it's got the doctor. It's got Jeffrey Combs from Reanimator in it. It's got Rob Wells from Trailer Park Boys, Ricky from Trailer Park Boys in it. It's got porn star Sasha Grey in it. It's got dude who played young Penguin in Gotham in it, and a bunch of other character actors that you see used in a very interesting way. Yeah, Ricky is in it. Weird Bob just said. Super extreme fucking movie. Super intense movie. Oh, y'all met Effie? That's dope. Strange Suspicion just said they met Effie. But yeah, super dope movie. If you're into like extreme horror type shit, it's not super gory or anything, but the situations are fucked up. The situations, it's basically a game of would you rather for money with your life is on the line type beat. It's fucking dope. By the way, Sasha Grey. I'm gonna go ahead and shit on Sasha Grey. Fuck it. Sasha Grey, the worst part of the movie. There's a couple of line reads from Sasha Grey that are horrible. Horrible line reads. Absolute trash line reads. She almost takes me out of the movie. A couple of her line reads. She gets better as the movie goes on, but a couple of her early line reads, I'm like, I don't even believe that shit. What the fuck? Like, that was the best. That was the best take? God damn. But yeah, check out Would You Rather. Really good. Black Mirror season 7. We finished all of that. I mean, I could talk about every single episode and the little things I liked about every single episode. Great season. A lot of sequels. A lot of sequels in this season, huh? Kind of surprised by that. And related news to Black Mirror, GTA 6 now released May 26, 2026. Got pushed back like, what, 6 months? Something like that. The Rehearsal. Holy shit. The Rehearsal, season 2, episode 2, and episode 3. First of all, I'm going to do this backwards a little bit. Episode 3 is some of the craziest shit I've ever fucking seen in a television show. There is a moment about halfway through episode 3 that my brain almost exploded when it happened. If you guys want to, if you want to know the moment, it's when baby it's when baby, fuck, what's dude's name? I don't want to spoil it. I won't want to spoil it. It's when baby Sully, it's when baby Sully comes on the screen. That's when my brain almost exploded. Check out this new season. It's fucking crazy. Nathan, I think, is legit on to something. He, I think, legit found a pattern in aviation crashes. I think he found a pattern in aviation crashes that I think it could help save the world a little bit. I think it can make the world a better place. It's crazy. Now, episode 2, I'm going backwards, mind you. Paramount is largely about Paramount Plus censoring his old show, Nathan For You, because of a bit on an episode where he introduces a new brand that is trying to further the mission of Holocaust awareness, I guess you could say. They want to inform people about Holocaust facts. This brand's called Summit Ice. It is a real brand that Nathan made for that episode. I actually have a Summit Ice jacket. But yeah, long story short, Paramount Plus has taken down the whole episode with that bit in it and taken clips down from episodes that reference it even. They've actually taken away, they've censored several episodes of Nathan For You on their platform, is what I'm telling you. Now, this I'm gonna segue this into another thing that really has me thinking a lot about how important physical media is, especially if it's something you love. Because also this week, I don't know if y'all saw this shit. Spotify has taken down System of a Down's most popular album, Toxicity, from their platform completely. No word as to why it's gone. Their first album, which also came out on American Records, the self-titled album, is still up there, but no word as to why Toxicity is gone. Yeah, check your Spotify right now, dog. I don't think it's on there still. Let me see. I haven't done an update. Let's do it together. Oh, I found a Nathan For You podcast, y'all. I've been listening to a Nathan For You podcast called Nathan For Us. Here's a bonus recommendation for you. Oh, it's back up there? Is it back up there? It's back up there. It's back up there. I'm looking at it right now. So it was gone for like, what, a week? Yeah, it's back up right now. I just saw it on there. So it's back up. Now, I saw people online speculating that this had something to do with surge in the FBI, but I couldn't find anything about that other than that speculation, those little bit of speculations. Are we entering, it certainly feels like it to me, are we entering a new wave of censorship? Is this the beginning of a new wave of like really Big Brother-esque censoring? That's what it feels like to me. Seeing those two things back to back, seeing Paramount Plus censoring Nathan For You, and then System of a Down's album just dropping, really has me thinking about the importance of physical media, really has me thinking a lot about censorship. And me being, I feel like censored, because of the copyright strikes and shit. I feel it's really tough when I want to do certain things on the stream and I can't do it properly because of YouTube's restrictions, because of copyright restrictions, because of, I literally can't do certain things I want to do on this platform because I'm going to get hit with a copyright strike and it might affect my channel. I might lose my channel. I can't do a lot of shit. I can't say a lot of shit I want to say on here. And that's just because of the way YouTube is, and that sucks. That's why I've been doing certain things over on Twitch, because Twitch has a little bit more freedom with what I can show on there at the very least, and then I can sort of edit it and put it over here, which I did that with a stream of Homeboy who was talking shit about the clowns being racist there. Go check that out. If you're a member of the Alienated, you can go watch that whole stream where I watched that whole video. Yeah, what a weird video. I've been thinking more about that fucking dude and just how wrong-headed his whole argument is. And it's just so weird that, like, he makes it very clear that he stayed in a house with punkers who were way worse than that. The scumfuck punks he talks about at the end, who did unspeakable things he won't even say in the video. But all the juggalos he ever met were super nice to him. But I'm going to make this weird hit video about juggalos and then not even call out punkers for doing absolutely horrible things. Dog, you should have made that video about the scum punks that you fucking lived with. You should have talked about the scum punks that you fucking lived with. Why are you making this a video about ICP? Anyway, I've just been thinking a lot more about that whole, how weird that is. Like what juggalo did, what did some juggalo do to this guy? That's what I keep going back to. Hogan and Bischoff teased an NWO return that ended up being a big nothing fucking burger. Some freestyle wrestling company with a freestyle wrestling coach as the third man. Who cares? Pee Wee Herman as himself drops May 23rd this month on HBO Max. Cats are going crazy. Dirty Work, Dirtier Cut comes out on Vinegar Syndrome here shortly. I think today is the last day for the pre-order. Let me tell you guys a little bit about this project Vinegar Syndrome has been working on. I just found out about this. This is so fucking amazing to me. So Dirty Work is a Norm Macdonald movie from the 90s that Norm was famously not happy with the version that got released, because the initial version that they tested to audiences, this dirtier cut had better timing. It had way dirtier jokes, completely different takes for some of the jokes. And Norm and Bob Saget, I believe, who directed Dirty Work, were both unhappy with the version that ended up coming out for mainstream audiences. Now, Vinegar Syndrome has been doing the fucking work and going back with a VHS copy of the original dirtier cut screenings. One of the screenings that one of the writers filmed with a VHS tape. Using that VHS tape as a reference, they've been reassembling from the original fucking film the actual dirtier cut and doing the sound design to match it as fucking closely as possible. They straight up remade the dirtier version from the original work print, using like the work print, this VHS copy, and the actual like pieces of film that they could access. They remade this dirtier cut with it's only a minute longer in runtime. It's like 123 minutes versus 122 minutes, but there's like over 7 minutes in changes throughout it. So there's a lot of alt takes. There's a lot of dirtier versions. I'm really excited to see this movie. I'm really excited. VinegarSyndrome.com is where you can get the pre-order. Last day for it, by the way, before the price goes up. So if you're trying to get the cheaper price, this is the last day for it. Super excited about this release because it's some shit that we literally would never get to see if these guys didn't do that work. That shit's just fucking tight to me. I have an explanation of the differences. Yeah, 7 minutes of unique footage. Yeah, that's right. The original version's a PG-13 too. That's another reason they don't really like that version. Oh, I gotta close it that way, huh? All right, we back to OBS. Back to the notes. Okay. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is going to have a sequel. This is a legit story, it looks like. I thought this was a fake story, like it was an AI poster I was going to see next with this bullshit. But this seems legit. A Cliff Booth-based story. Brad Pitt's character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. David Fincher directing and Quentin Tarantino writing. Benny Safdie has a movie called The Smashing Machine coming out on A24 with The Rock playing a UFC fighter named Mark Kerr. And I watched some of the trailer of this, and while watching the trailer, I was like, this seems really familiar. I feel like, I don't know, something about this story seems really familiar. The name Mark Kerr seems really familiar for some reason. And I had a flashback to an old documentary I had seen 20 years ago or more on HBO. And I Googled real quick UFC HBO documentary, and I found out that there's a documentary called The Smashing Machine, same name, about the same guy. So I'm like, oh yeah, so it's the same story from this fucking UFC documentary of this guy who's a UFC OG who kind of gets out of UFC and goes over to Japan to start pride fighting. When pride fighting was huge, bigger than the UFC was in America. So I'm pretty interested in seeing this Safdie version, the Rock version of the Smashing Machine. But it made me hella want to watch the original version, the original documentary version, also called The Smashing Machine. I don't know if you can watch that shit anywhere. Also pumped to see Death of a Unicorn and Friendship, both A24 movies also A24 movies coming out soon. Jonathan Davis of Korn is going to be on Ghost Adventures coming up. I think it already aired, dog. It aired on April 30th. So yeah, John Davis was already on an episode of Ghost Adventures. Limp Bizkit in the studio recording music, it looks like. Oh, wrong one. Limp Bizkit in the studio recording. There's another post they made. By the way, check out that sweet double-decker couch gimmick in that studio. That's pretty fucking dope. I'd love to chill on that the upper decker of that. The double. See, there's another little love seat over there. I want to chill on that upper decker up there. That's cool as fuck. Yeah, new Limp Bizkit coming soon. I think Korn said they were working on a new album. Also in Korn related news, Fildy was asked about rejoining Korn and didn't seem very open to it, unfortunately. I think I do have a story about someone rejoining. Yes, I do have this though. Kevin Abstract of Brockhampton posted this image earlier today, and it had me marking out because this is an image of former Brockhampton member. I guess they're all former members now, but disgraced and canceled, quote unquote, canceled Brockhampton member Amir Van, who had some allegations that were floating around, and they dropped him real fucking fast because Brockhampton was about to blow up, and they're like, we can't have anything to do with you, dog. And they kicked him the fuck out of the group. And at the same time, they probably kicked the most talented motherfucker out of that group because Amir Van could rap his fucking ass off. Go check out those Brockhampton songs from Saturation Volumes 1 through 3. That's the ones with Amir Van on them. That motherfucker raps his ass off. He steals every song that he's on those projects. It's fucking crazy. But Amir went solo. His solo tracks are fire, but he didn't pop the same as he did in Brockhampton. It's really interesting to see Kevin posting this, June 2025. He posted a whole series of these images. Super curious to see if this means Brockhampton is coming back. He did say in a post, a response to somebody, that he's not on a record label anymore. So it really makes me curious what the fuck he's going to do. Hopefully we get a proper Brockhampton reunion with Amir involved. Or, fuck it, give me Amir Van and Kevin Abstract fucking project. Or an Amir Van project produced by Kevin Abstract. I'll take either of that shits. Ye got banned from Twitch after only 7 minutes of streaming. He dropped a new album that is massively underperforming. The Dave Blunt's written album, I've not listened to it. I don't really care. But yeah, massively underperforming. So even with all of his stunts and buffoonery online, he is not gaining the traction that he thought he could gain. Do the Death, or my homies, Do the Death, dropped a video for the Gutta and MDK all day for That Shit Trash, That Shit Fire. All of these videos were essentially made for That Shit Trash, That Shit Fire. And we dropped a video for the Psych Ward Souljaz song, the first Psych Ward Souljaz that y'all heard, called Painmaker. So go check that out over on Kosuke's account. I think all of those videos are over on Kosuke's account. Yeah, man, go check that shit out. Congratulations to, what is it? Cheesegate, Big Sizz, Unhappy, right? Are in the top 3 for That Shit Trash, That Shit Fire. I think this weekend. Is that the final round? Is this weekend? And y'all got a freestyle. Oh, y'all got a freestyle. Oh my God. I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to tell the story, Kosuke. So we were watching That Shit Trash. We were watching That Shit Trash, That Shit Fire. And we had just gotten a pizza. And so we were all, oh no, were we eating the pizza? We were eating tacos. That's what it was. Emily made tacos. And so I'm in the other room making tacos. Team MUJ's on the TV. Emily and Kosuke are in here eating and chatting. And I hear on the TV one of the Team MUJ boys say, oh, so we think for the next round, whoever goes through the next round, there's going to be a freestyle. There's going to be a freestyle round. And I about dropped my damn taco plate coming running out here, be like, what? What? Freestyle. And I'm like, Kosuke, did you hear that? They want you to freestyle, dog. And he's like, what? They just said they want you to freestyle if you go through the next round. And I don't know. I don't know if any of us were psyched about that idea, honestly. So, congratulations to y'all for going to the next round, but I don't think Odious or Kosuke were very psyched, or me. I mean, I'm not like I was gonna freestyle in the first place, but they were not. They were not down to freestyle. Oh man. But I'm so curious to see how that fucking turns out, because that's some really putting people on the spot shit, making them freestyle shit. Oh, super curious how that's gonna turn out. Yes, freestyle. Shouts out to Prez in the chat. Shouts out to Team MUJ. Cheesegate. Oh shit. How many fucking Cheesegate things dropped out of fucking That Shit Trash, That Shit Fire? That's that song with Wukanda, where y'all fucking filmed the shit last minute type steez was crazy. Shit, man. Billy just dropped a video coming back from Vegas that they filmed in the airport that Nick did. There's a new Cheesegate merch drop that they did right before Vegas. The Vegas show went down. There's a bunch of Cheesegate shit going on right now. Will Gates's merch gimmick. I don't know the website for Will Gates's merch gimmick. I can never remember it. I think still has the Cheesegate merch drop. Shouts out to Mikey Sears and Resin 45. They dropped a song called Shadow Nazi Killers, which is a fucking fresh ass name. Shouts out to Auntie Boy, who dropped a fucking banger called JG Wentworth that is stupid hard. Just like one of my favorite songs of the fucking year. Straight up fucking stupid hard. It's rare for me these days that I get excited about a new sound or a new song or something. Pay attention to Auntie Boy, y'all. Y'all need to pay attention to Auntie Boy. Auntie Boy be dropping some fire right now. New Scum and Insane Poetry album called Horrorcore. New Death Plus album, mixtape called Basement Dweller, all dropped. Sigan Umo dropped a video called, oh shit, I'm gonna botch this. Las 1312 in Ohio. Using gathering footage and I think Juggalo Ohio footage as well. New Buck 65 album, Keep Moving, for fucking old ass heads like myself. Buck 65 dropped a new album, y'all. A$AP Rock about to drop a new fucking album. Dropped a new music video called Send Help. His new album is called Black Hole Superette. Out May 30th. So yeah, some nerd rap shit coming out. Yeah, Gloom to the Tomb went down this past Friday. Cheesegate had an album called Forehead Kiss available at the show. Will sent me a little sampler pack of some of the new songs from Forehead Kiss. Excuse me. They were doing a live stream over on Twitch. See, this is like, I'm like having to like retroactive these notes because this is before the show when I made these notes. Lazy and Crazy was at Level Up. See, this is all like old note stuff at this point. Lazy and Crazy was at Level Up Expo recently. What was that, 2 weekends ago now? That's how old this is. There was a new mega drop that may or may not still be available at lazyandcrazyclothing.com. Shit. Darby says his new record is mixed and mastered. He's doing some teasing online. Is it called The Tree? Is it the Bramble? Is the name of the new new album The Bramble? Is it George Takei? Is the name of the new album George Takei? Ouija has a new project coming out. I think I'm skipping over shit. Oh yeah, I'm definitely skipping over shit. Grim the Kid got a new project coming out here real soon. What was that, June? Yeah, June 4th, called The Outlands. I'm on a song on here. Actually really fun little ditty. I have sort of like a bridge section on here. It's not even like a full verse. I have like a bridge section on a song on here, but it's a really good song, and I'm really proud of the little the section I have on there. I recorded my section on here like in a really raw emotional state. And yeah, I'm excited for y'all to hear that, because the stuff I recorded for this was in a very raw emotional state right after my dad had passed. So yeah, I'm excited for y'all to hear this. Clockwork E on tour, shit, here real soon. There's the dates that Clockwork E is on tour here throughout the rest of May. Here we go. I have that backwards. There's the Ouija Mac track listing for Chlorine and the Chlorine cover. It's been so long. I think I have like, yeah, Klepto and Lil Nightmare. 2 singles have come out since the last time we did this. Chlorine out May 23rd. Chapter17.com has the JCW tour leftovers that from that little JCW run, the Hella Pain Diamond Rain tour that just wrapped up as well. Go check out just Strange Suspicion. They have a really cool little 10-minute vlog of some behind the scenes shit of the JCW Cleveland date, I believe they were at. They have a quick interview with Backseat Boys, cutting a promo about the whole run-in situation, or they used the clip that they sent me. Yeah, go check that out. That was a pretty cool little watch in there. Oh shit, man, there's so much shit to talk about, guys. Oh yeah, JCW recap Bitch Slap episode 2, which I know Strange Suspicion and Weird Bob are involved with some of the editing of that, I believe. ICP's got JCW Micro Brawlers coming out in a wrestling
One half of the insane clown posse. Up y'all, Violent J here, the Duke of the Wicked, and one half of the insane clown posse. Here to let you know you can cop these fresh ass micro brawlers at Pro Wrestling Crate this month. Sign up at ProWrestlingCrate.com.
Motherfucker loud. So Pro Wrestling Crate, I guess it must be this month's crate. You get the ICP Micro Brawlers in. So if you sign up this month and you get this month's crate, I guess, because this is like Loot Crate. I don't know if any of you fucking nerds or podcast geeks got looped into the Loot Crate fucking shit for a little bit, but I had Loot Crate for like a year, and they sent me a lot of useless nerd trinkets and some useful nerd trinkets. So this would be like Loot Crate but for wrestling. So some useless wrestling trinkets and some ICP figures. That's probably going to be the dopest thing if you get that whole fucking set. But typically it would have like a t-shirt in there, an action figure or two, and yeah, useless nerd trinkets. Weird little nerd trinkets in there. Yeah, I talked about the Juggalo who jumped over the rail at the Joliet, Illinois show, and JCW did this attempted run-in with the Backseat Boys. They stomped him out. Go check out the video I did about all that. There's really nothing more to update you about that whole situation. I don't think anyone else tested the Backseat Boys on that tour. ICP got a new weed strain with Wacko the Kid, with the Airheads, Bandy, and Popsicles. There's actually 2 different weed strains. Fuck, man, there's so much shit, man. Oh, yeah, here's another JCW collab show with ALW going down, what is that, July 27th? I know the Backseat Boys are really excited about this show. They had a good time at the other show. Yeah, the ICP tour selling out. Starting to sell out, y'all. Why isn't that? Why does this never work? See, I gotta do it this way and that way. There we go. Now it's working. So Cleveland is sold out. Atlanta sold out. Charlotte, North Carolina sold out. Cheswick, PA sold out. Reading, PA sold out. And Liverpool, New York all sold out. They might have even sold out some more. This is from a few days ago. So the May tour starting to sell out. Let's see. Okay. Now we're almost caught up with all the note stuff. Now we can get into Okay, we're going to talk about this. So this Sonic Temple gimmick is going down, this weekend. Yeah, this is happening this weekend. Goddamn. I'm glad I pulled this. I forgot this was so soon. I saw Sonic Temple posted set times for this festival. So I thought this was interesting enough to show you guys. They gave ICP a pretty fucking sweet spot on this festival, y'all. They gave them the headlining stage going against Metallica at this fucking festival on Friday night on the Cathedral stage. So on the Temple stage, you got Metallica, which honestly, who fucking cares? So I feel like this is a really sweet spot because there's going to be mad people who are going to be like, fuck Metallica, this sucks. Let's go see ICP. You know what I mean? That's fucking dope. I feel like that's a really, really dope spot for them. And this is really interesting. They gave 3-6 almost the same gimmick, but going against Linkin Park. So the same deal where Linkin Park's on the main stage, the Temple stage, and 3-6 going on Cathedral stage. Now, there might be more of an interest in this new version of Linkin Park because they have this new singer. So this might be not as sweet of a spot for 3-6, but hey, it's still the fucking headlining stage on a competing stage. I think that's still a pretty interesting spot, sweet spot. I feel like ICP getting this is a way better deal, though. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that. Anyone going out to those festivals, or that festival, the what the fuck is it even called? I already forgot what it's called. Sonic Temple Festival. If anyone going out to there, definitely check out 3-6 Mafia. Definitely check out the Insane Clown Posse. I think Korn is playing the Thursday night, so it's a pretty fucking dope little fest, honestly. All right. Oh yeah, that's what I had this up here for. So the gathering of the Juggalos, only about 100-something days away, something like that. No announcements as far as the artists yet. I'm curious. I'm starting to get the feeling in the air that some sort of announcement, some sort of artist announcement will be coming soon. Just starting to have a feeling. Just have that feeling that it's going to happen. Something has to happen soon, right? Just curious, how soon do you think that is? Do you think it's by the end of May? You think it's by the end of the month? Because I feel like it's got to happen pretty soon. If you really want to push tickets for this thing, all these other festivals, they release their lineups pretty early. Live Bruce Bros at the gathering. That'd be dope. We're about to go over some Bruce Brothers podcast shit here next. Oh no, wait. Yeah, I guess we got to do Bruce Brothers, Shaggy Show. Let's see. Yeah, we got to do it like that. All right, so let's do this first Bruce Brothers episode. Episode 5, which I don't have a lot of clips on. This one was about trends or fads, if you will. Let's see. Jump Steady says that the first time he saw this intro... Wait, what? Oh yeah, Jump Steady says it's the first time he saw the intro that Weird Bob made. That's what this is about. But they definitely played it last time, but Jump Steady's reacting like he just saw it for the first time. They each have 10 fads that they talk about. They play a clip of James Brown and Michael Jackson and Prince all on stage at the same time, and Prince kind of shits the bed. Do I not? Dog, why do I not put the link in here? Hold on a second. Bad prep work. I want to show you guys Prince being carried to the stage on the back of his bodyguard because it's pretty funny. All right, it's like a Dave Chappelle gimmick. He had what? He had Puff Daddy riding on the back of his bodyguard, right? 26:52. This is like Prince shoot doing that though.
And that was the only thing on that VHS tape, Rob, was this footage. You know?
Oh, hold on a second. I gotta bring the other one up. All right, peep Prince on the back of his bodyguard here.
Here comes Prince riding on his bodyguard's shoulders.
Bruh. That is the craziest shit ever. He was like a kid on the back of his bodyguard. I couldn't fucking believe that. When I saw that, I couldn't fucking believe it. I could not believe that was real. I'd never seen that clip before. That is so fucking funny to me. Jump talks about how the first time he met Alex Abyss, he tried to hustle him for a VHS copy of Robotech for $20. Jay says that Ruby is a leader. Let's see. Yeah, that's stamped for this for some reason.
I peeped early in Ruby's life. There's leaders and followers. You get what I'm saying? I peeped early in Ruby's life that she's a leader. You know what I mean? Because like, okay, Ruby would, for example, when she was really young, right? She would say her friends at school are dating a guy for a day. You know what I mean? Like, I got a boyfriend. I started seeing him this morning. You know what I mean? And by the end of the school day, they're breaking up and they're crying. You know what I mean? And Ruby say, how do they actually think they're actually dating? They're not old enough to date. They're not actually dating. Right. And I'm like, Ruby, those friends of yours doing that, they're the same age as you, but you're wise enough to see how goofy that shit is. Yeah. And you know, it doesn't work for you because you already know because your wisdom is rich. Yeah. You get what I mean? Yeah. And that's the difference, you know? So, yeah, in everything Ruby's into, all the fads and all the shit on her walls, it's stuff throughout.
I think I just really like that Jay's a proud dad putting his daughter over there. I can't remember if there was something specific that I was trying to play y'all there. Let's see. Ruby showed Jay Eddie Vedder. Leslie Gore is her favorite singer. They're all leaders. Jump Steady was a nerd for carrying around D&D. Jump's list. Sea Monkeys. Ruby's list. Animatronics. Ruby has or used to have something called submechanica phobia. And here's an example of a thing called Bert, which is rather disturbing, Bert.
Submechanophobia. And that is a phobia of things underwater. Now, let's see what Bert looks like today. This is, well, not today, this is 2017. But this was his better condition. So this was what we were working with in 2017. Now, you can't tell me this is not so scary.
And that's just like that's in like a neighborhood, right, Rube?
That's just in some random park. It's not like
it's so lit.
Like a theme park.
Now listen, I love that fucking thing.
I'm so scared. Imagine, oh no.
Terrifying. What if it came out in the middle of the night like that?
And you could go see him at night and there's like red lights and he growls it.
It's so fucking lit. But there's also a version of Old Bert, apparently. Apparently this thing's been around for like a while and shit. Like, look at this.
That's so awesome.
That's supposed to be his child.
You can see it though. It's the same technology.
Yeah. They just swapped him out. He's still behind like jail bars for some reason.
This thing has a fan base online
He has
too.
a fan base. Just for the sake of creating that.
Weird shit, right? All right. They talk about Chuck E. Cheese, a church lock-in that they went to as kids. Jump Steady and Violent J went to as kids. Jump Steady says he still goes to Chuck E. Cheese. There's a little bit more about this in a second. He says he apparently went to Chuck E. Cheese's recently to a year ago and was very disappointed at the experience. Let's see. Ruby brings up this like really good version of a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic. It's like surprisingly good animatronics. Anyway, talk a bit about how those things are like abandoned in warehouses / like being sold to was it like horror haunted house sideshows and shit, and collectors are trying to buy them back and restore them. Jay's list, Jack in the Box car antennas, Jumps list, mopeds. Jay has a moped story. 54 and 22. I think this was a pretty good story.
Real quick.
Sometimes I'd be taking these notes and just putting bullshit in here.
A girl named Michelle Harmison in Berkeley. When I lived in Berkeley. When we first moved to Oak Park, Rob, I was in like 7th grade or something. John, Joey's brother John, got a spree. Okay, you heard spree? Yeah. It was like a moped, but it was slicked out. It was much, much smaller. And they later became called Raz. You get a Raz, you know? Yep. But man, I remember John had that moped, that spree, and I was like, man, can I take it for a ride for a while? And he's like, sure. So I went to ride from Oak Park to to Berkeley, to drive past Michelle's house, right? And I'm thinking,
just in the hope she sees you. And
and I'm thinking, this thing moves as fast as a car. Let me tell you something, man. That trip took me like an hour and a half, dog. They don't move as fast as a car, dog. That motherfucker was.
He took it on the highway.
John was like, "Where the fuck you been, man? I thought you were going around the block or something."
I mean, now they got e-bikes and stuff like that, but it's not the moped. Like, the moped was a...
He took that shit on the fucking highway. Oh my god, why did I do that? Ah, get out of there. Get out of there. Alright. Alright, what do we got next? Pardon me, I'm rolling something here. Ruby's list, catalog books, like your old JCPenney toy catalogs and stuff back in the day. Now, those don't really, like, exist in the way that they used to. I think, like, Amazon sent me one a few Christmases back, but catalog books aren't really a thing anymore. They talk about how back in the day you actually could buy a house out of catalogs, which we always joke in our house about that, because Emily... There's a Cypress Hill line where just got an ounce in the mail. Emily said to me one time that when she was younger, she thought the line was, I just got a house in the mail. And I always think about that when the concept of buying a house through the mail comes up. Y'all talking about Showbiz Pizza in the chat? I've never been to a Showbiz Pizza. I've been to a Chuck E. Cheese before. All right. They talk about Pepsi points. The guy who scammed Pepsi points. I guess a couple of guys scammed Pepsi points. They talk about the Columbia House CD scam. Hey, shouts out to JPC, member for 33 months. How that pound of weed treating you, huh? It's not good. I haven't really smoked any of it in a while. I ran low. I was getting low on a pack, so I was using some of it to sort of fill out some blunts. And me and Kosuke had some blunts that I rolled out of that pack for WrestleMania. It's just not good, man. It's rough. We're gonna use it for cooking though. Emily's gonna use it for some cooking stuff. I gotta open this thing still too. Still have to open this thing before the show's over. I bet it's high school ditch weed. You know what? It's not that bad. Because I mean, back in the day, dog, I used to get some shit where you would just take the bud and just like do that, just crumble it and just you just hear the metal clank of your rolling tray as seeds are just raining down out of that bud. You know what I mean? Where it's just like you just rub it like this and just like clank, 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 clank. All the fucking seeds falling out of that bullshit. It's not like that. It's almost seedless. There's like a couple of seeds here and there, but it's so dry. It's just so dry and like brown. It's just so brown and so dry. But it's not like brick packed. You know what I mean? It's not some brick pack fucking bullshit with tons of seeds in it and a big old fucking honking stem. It's not that bad. But it's definitely some outdoor shit. Possibly grown in a ditch though. Possibly grown in a ditch somewhere. Hey, what's up, Choppa Loco? We got fucking Steven on my back. But yeah, the update on that pound of weed is we're gonna use it to probably cook with because it is not great. I'm smoking on Meyer Hashki right now. Meyer Hashki, indica dominant pack. Let's see. I got more stuff to talk about and play, you guys. Jay talks about Michael Jackson's Thriller album and a story about legendary scrub Tim McQuader, who came back from Christmas break and he had the red Michael Jackson Beat It jacket, and suddenly he was no longer a scrub anymore. His popularity skyrocketed simply from having the Michael Jackson red Beat It jacket. Shouts out to Jason Cook, new member of the Alienated. Whoop whoop. You are now able to access a whole grip of secret videos, including 2 Juggalo Ohio 1 and 2 vlogs that have never been released to the public, a bunch of fucking vlogs that have never, uncut versions of documentaries that have never been released to the public, with some embarrassing things that I've kept in there for God knows what reason. The vasectomy vlog that everybody seems to love. All of the classics, Jason Cook, you can now access as a member of the Alienated. Streams, exclusive streams that we did in other places even, are there. Yeah, go check that out. Let's see. Jump Steady talks about hacky sacks next. Ruby talks about pop-up headlights on cars because she has a Miata with pop-up headlights. Jay says Ruby takes him on rides in her Miata and does donuts in parking lots, which I can't tell is a shoot or not. I think it's a work. Jay's list: Hulkamania, Austin 316, and the NWO. He says those 3 things, or those 3 angles, oh, some food, Steven, are bigger than wrestling, and they crossed over into pop culture. NWO sucked them all back into wrestling. Sucked Jump Steady back into wrestling even. Jump's list, Sweating to the Oldies, Richard Simmons. Good pull. Good pull there, Jump. They talk about Richard Simmons disappearing from the public eye before he died some years back, how he became a recluse. Ruby's list, 2000 to 2010 scene kids. Jay laughs and tells a story about scene kids. I think he shits on Davey Vanity again some too. Davi Vanity? Davi? Is that the right way you say it? Who cares? Oh, 40.
Running wild. He needs me to, man.
So what's the difference between a scene kid and like a goth style? Like
Well,
Scene kids have more color, I know.
Yeah, scenes. I believe that scene was like a kind of like a runoff of like punk in the 1990s. It kind of like developed into color and like.
Oh, did they cut something out of here again?
Style people want to dress like that.
I went too far.
Scene girl from let's say 2005. So I was about 1 year old when this style was going rampant.
Thought they Shaggy showed me again.
I will story. One time, me and my mom, we were walking out of the mall, and I just got my hair done. I got a normal
Hey, Odious.
And I was walking out, and suddenly I saw bright blue hair, and I looked over, and I saw a scene girl walking by, and I was like, it was like I just saw a unicorn. It was like majestic. I was like, I feel so lucky right now.
That's a great fad.
Because,
Scene
yeah.
kids. Scene kids.
Because they survive today to this level that they were.
Did they Shaggy show me?
The amount of family photo books.
I think they Shaggy showed me. I don't know where that Jay story is.
You see a normal family photo and then you see a scene kid standing there.
Yeah, he says some shit about Davy Vanity. Davy Vanity here in a sec,
You know
too.
some scene bands? Well, I know one scene band. That fucking pedophile bastard, Davy Vanity. And the band is called Blood on the Dance Floor. And look them up on YouTube. Look up Davy Vanity, Blood on the Dance Floor, man. This dude is a pedophile running wild. He needs to be taken off the street, man.
So what's the difference between a scene kid and like a cop?
I love Jump Steady being like, all right, change the subject. Let's see. Jay's list is next. Cabbage Patch Kids. Jay says they look like little nuclear waste experiments. Jump's list, the Game Boy. Jay points out that video games are the #1 grossing form of entertainment. Ruby's list, car modding. 2000s era car modding. Jay's list, muscle men action figures, wrestling figures from back in the day. Jump's list, the fanny pack. Jay and Jeeves say it's still alive in their business. Wrestlers still use fanny packs. Jump Steady brags about his fancy military fanny pack. Jay tells us what's in wrestling fanny packs. I hope this timestamp isn't ruined. I feel like I got Shaggy Showed here.
They're all exactly
Pair of
the
brass knuckles or a foreign object in there.
They're all the
key
same.
from Marine
Yeah,
Rad.
they all got the
Yep.
same thing in
The
there.
little wrestler kit. Foreign objects. Tape.
Got a little muscle figure of myself.
All right, Ruby, what you got?
Okay, I have this is definitely just the definition.
All right, that Meyer hash key's getting me all spun out. I need to put that the fuck shit out. God damn. Starting to get dyslexic over here. All right. Ruby brings up what? Virtual pets. Tamagotchis next. Rob says he picked Tamagotchis too. Jay's list. Fidget spinners. Apparently JJ had a bunch of them. Jump brings up troll dolls. Ruby brings up Polaroid cameras. Jay brings up Max Headroom. Jump brings up the boombox. Ruby brings up hammer pants. Apparently she loves hammer pants. Has 8 pair of them and is wearing them during the stream. Rob says he would love to have MC Hammer back at the gathering. And Jay tells a Hammer story. I'd be down for MC Hammer at the gathering. Uh-oh. You got to pray just to make it today? That uh-oh joint's pretty good.
You know what I mean? And he's like, come on out here, ITP. And we're like,
Yeah, they fucking Shaggy Showed me bad.
and so we are so embarrassed.
What did they cut out of here? Yeah, these timestamps are ruined. I'm gonna have to just skip the stamps for the rest of them, unless there's something really good I can find. These timestamps, they cut something out of here. They cut something out of here because it's gone. Yeah, Jump says he'd love to have him back at the gathering. Jay tells a story about MC Hammer essentially wanting them to come out at a concert, but they didn't have their makeup on, so they just left. They just straight up left instead of coming out. Because that was the point where they didn't really want to show their faces without makeup. They don't seem to care that much about some of that these days, but still pretty much if they're in public, they put the makeup on. Or at least if they're in gimmick as the Insane Clown Posse, they definitely put the makeup on. They would play Turn This Mother Out anytime backstage when the venue, when they were just setting up to hype up the crew and shit. Jump Steady, Turn This Mother Out, confirmed as lost media in this episode. Jump did say that they looked for it and they could not find the cover of Turn This Mother Out. Jay brings up the Rubik's Cube, and Jay computer, his laptop dies, so he has to go off the dome for the rest of the episode. Jump brings up Heelys. Ruby brings up pet rocks. Jump Steady says he has multiple pet rocks still. He still has pet rocks. That's crazy. Jump Steady's wild. That's a wild man. Ruby says that they have a family photo in their family album of Rob's pet rocks. Rob thinks his pet rocks are meteorites. Let's see. Ruby brings up 80s shoulder pads. Jay shouts out Sarah. Jay brings up discos. He says he loves disco. Let's see. Jay brings up regional fads, specifically Detroit Lions players on Coke cans. Oh, Jump Steady honorable mentions, Tang, Koosh Balls, Hula Hoops, Angry Birds video game, Gangnam Style, Ice Bucket Challenge, Furbies. Jay mentions Stanley Cups, honorable mention from Sarah. Grunge music. Jay could do a whole episode about grunge music. I actually would be interested in hearing that. Jay thanks Ruby for the idea to do this episode. Ruby is a great addition to the show and really shined on this episode. Steven shines on every episode. Right, buddy? You want attention so bad. You're like, stop doing this bullshit. Just pay attention to me. Jay plugs the JCW tour. Jump plugs the Gathering of the Juggalos. Ruby has no shout-outs. Jeeves shouts out Strange Suspicion in this episode. And Violent J also shouts out Strange Suspicion towards the end of this episode. It's right at the end. My timestamp is invalid, but it says 2:15:15. I know that's not the fucking stamp, though, because they deleted something from this episode that made all my timestamps wrong after a certain point. Which this is something that happens on episodes of the Shaggy Show. Every now and again, Justin will go in and delete certain fucking sections of the show and screw up my whole timestamps. Oh, Jeeves mentions some fads in the chat. Jump shouts out and pays respects to Michael Jackson. Prince and James Brown. Jay says they have a great subject for next week, which was the Mandela effect. But I got Shaggy Show stuff next. How we doing, y'all? This is getting rough. I've only done that Bruce Brothers episode and I'm already exhausted. And we're almost 2 hours in. Fuck. Weird Al for the Gathering for sure. You hear my voice? My voice is almost gone. All right, we're going to keep trucking though. We're going to keep trucking. I'm going to keep going. All right. All right. Shaggy Show. Thursday, April 24th, 2025. Get a whiff of this shiz. Shaggy pocket calls 911 while doing yard work. Shaggy talks about his workout routine. Shaggy's getting buff if you don't know. Manny is getting in shape too. Once again, Manny dropped like over 100 pounds or some shit. I got so much Steven fur all over me. It's like up my nose and shit. Fucking Steven. Shaggy says he doesn't see him with the walker anymore. Manny sans walker. Shaggy's middle name is William. Shaggy picks MC Ren and Dub C when asked to pick a West Coast artist he would like to collab with. I don't know what the fuck that just completely confused me. Shaggy remade the MC Ren song Peekaboo into Behind the Scenes. That's a remake of an MC Ren song. All right, we got clips. What do we got here? Oh, this is fucking interesting. I hope this is an accurate timestamp. I hope the Shaggy Show didn't Shaggy Show me too. 19. Someone asked Shaggy about Carnival of Carnage and two songs that were famously left off the re-release of Carnival of Carnage, Black in Your Eyes and Night of the Axe. Shaggy has no idea what this motherfucker's talking about. I found this interesting. And a good example of sometimes Shaggy just don't remember some of this shit.
So my older sons, they never used it.
Yeah.
I bought them all the fancy setup for it, and all the fucking, what was it, like cartridges or something back in the day?
It was the cards you could get.
I mean, whatever the fuck it was, but
Yeah.
they just never even got out the packaging.
I had this. I had this guy.
Oh no, did they Shaggy show me?
It's a computer.
Yeah.
Oh, they had a MacBook one?
Yeah.
Dang.
I think my kids had like the fucking tablet looking.
Oh my god, are the timestamps on here not going to work either?
Whoa.
So, yep, they had different cartridges you could put in.
Because this is not
different stories.
what they should be talking
I
about.
don't know. I never fucking like pressured them to do
Stop
it.
editing the shit. You're ruining my timestamps, god damn it.
Pressuring myself to drink a fifth of vodka. I don't know. Who gives a fuck? Why are we looking at that even?
I don't know.
It's like a whole bunch of generic, like.
That's how you know it's a quality hoodie when it costs $9.
Dude, they deleted some chunks. They deleted some chunks because that's like wildly later. Yeah, they deleted a nice couple minute long chunk because that's like 3 minutes later. Oh man, yeah. So essentially, Shaggy doesn't really remember that there was a version of Carnival of Carnage that didn't have Night of the Axe and Blacken Your Eyes on it. God damn it! Stop doing this. Stop ruining my timestamps. Damn it. He talks about there's a lot of unreleased ICP music that was on CDs and cassettes on sessions from the studio back in the day. Wonder if any of that is still around. Yeah, Murder Mayhem Show does correct him about as far as the Carnival of Carnage thing. Shaggy speculates he's probably not getting paid when he doesn't know about it. Cold 187 gets mentioned. Shaggy says he originated G-Funk. Justin finds a bootlegger bootlegging the bootleg. That's what we were just looking at. That's a good shit, man. That's at least a 3-4 minute long difference. That's a 3 to 4 minute long clip that got deleted from this one. Oh man, Shaggy has a Pornhub button on his computer. Shaggy is still trying to get rid of his Trump shoes. Shaggy doesn't know Andor came out and he missed it. Shaggy reads a bunch of super chat questions. Shaggy is asked about the Great Butt Linko and if that's a bootleg. Someone asks about new charms. They shout out D-Town Customs. There are new charms coming at the gathering of the Juggalos. Let's see. Someone asks what's more difficult, writing the songs or remembering the lyrics to the songs. Shaggy says re-remembering the song's lyrics. Shaggy asked if he's ever watched Twin Peaks. And he asked if that's that one show with the moose in the street. Which is fucking hilarious because when I was a kid, I always confused Twin Peaks and Northern Exposure. I definitely used to confuse those two shows. Someone asks who is opening on the May tour, and Shaggy says your mom's butthole. We do know that JCW is opening on the second half of the tour, though. There will be JCW on the second half. Starting in South Carolina, I believe. Someone asks for first-time gatherer tips. I have 2 or 3 videos about that subject. Shaggy wants to Narcan people at random still. Fireworks having the potential to shut the gathering down. Shaggy has a message about fireworks. Fuck, I wish I had that clip for you guys. Shaggy is still trying to get his license back. Ooh, I have a good clip for you guys with that. There's a new vlog about Sioux Falls, which is apparently an old vlog from like 2 years ago that they just edited or some shit. I think they said that was an old vlog. There's some wrestling talk. They talk about the struggles to see Nedden when they were younger. There's tour. The tour is only in 2 weeks. There's another one in June and another one in September. They bring up the Sonic Temple Festival that I just showed you. Them going up against Metallica. Lucha Lili comes in and asks about getting a Target gift card. Shaggy tells a story time. They plug the JCW tour. Someone calling someone a pussy has nothing to do with Nedden or cats. Pussanonymous, adjective, showing a lack of courage or determination. Timid, Pusillanimous? It's an actual word. That's where pussy comes from. Hydrogel that heals your wounds in 24 hours. School district calls Shaggy's phone. Kanye cousin talk. Oh my God. Someone asked if Manny and the Rude Boy are brothers, and Manny has a very strong reaction to that. What happened with the Rude Boy, man? What happened with Rude Boy for Manny to have that strong-ass reaction? Rest in peace to Steve Mongo McMichael. They talk shit about Rosie O'Donnell again, how she called them a gang back in the day. Shaggy says female comics are funny these days. Very progressive, Mr. Two Dope. Shaggy wants a crack baby. Also very progressive, Mr. Two Dope. More drank. What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck that note means. They do the clear the cash gimmick. Shaggy went to a kid's birthday party recently at a roller skating rink, and Shaggy got the training gimmicks for Ronan and Lily, but he thinks he got scammed on the sales tax for the rental. That's where we're at. Shaggy Two Dope's worried about sales tax on roller skate rentals. Shaggy makes fun of the singer of AC/DC. Photo Boy Shags, lowercase in the 7-Eleven logo. Shaggy questions the ICP samples listed on Who Sampled for Ghetto Zone / Dog Beats. Manny is banned from Canada. All right, now we got Shaggy Show Tuesday. Now I don't even know if this is going to play the sample right. At least play this one. Because we open with Mr. Two Dope. Yeah, okay. Hopefully this one will at least be right. And he spills
See? Simon said don't
all over his phone.
Man, God damn it! Oh,
it's just water.
My phone's wet. Hey, it's the fucking Shaggy Show.
So he
man.
spills all over himself, his phone, his shorts, and I'm being a stinker in the chat.
Get out of there so you don't fucking get wet, stupid phone. All right.
Said, Humble Monk said Shaggy getting close to finally pooping for us.
Shut up. You know what's weird when you take your phone out of the case? How it's so like bitch ass looking.
Yeah.
You know
All
what I'm
right.
saying? It's just a little fucking small, skinny little.
We got some
bitch.
more with this spill,
You know what I mean?
this infamous spill. So he didn't spill on just his phone.
Fall off your lap.
He spilled on his grown-up homework.
One's getting cut off. Sheesh.
He's about to discover he spilled it all over his grown-up homework.
Fucking. This was full.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice it. I was.
His court papers.
Damn it.
All over my fucking driving court papers.
Not your driving court papers.
No! Fuck!
His big boy homework.
What are you seeing? Like you're.
That's what happens with the Jesus board, bro.
That has nothing to do with Jesus.
I mean, I can't blame him if I started a stream.
Why do I even got my fucking court papers by my feet now?
That's a good question, dog. Why do you have them by your feet? If I started a stream where I immediately fucking spilled something all over the place, I probably would be in a bad mood the whole fucking stream too. I can't fucking blame him. One Man Crew gets brought up by Murder Mayhem Show for some reason. I don't know why he brought this dude up, but I'll play you this clip real quick.
RJ Lotus throwing them subs around like fucking nobody's beeswax. Murder Mayhem Show, please, Shags, I know you don't pay attention to stuff like this, but I beg you to watch One Man Crew's new Violent J disc. It's the freshest thing since King Crimson and Wrap It Up combined.
It is not fresh. There's nothing fresh about that.
You for what?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
It's not even worth my time, man. You're right, I don't pay attention to stuff like that, and I'm not starting.
Hey Joshua, that was you super chatting there. That's weird.
What's up, Shags, Manny, and Justin? Any news on Patreon? Maybe you didn't read the title.
That just blew my mind because you're in the chat here, and I just saw you super chat on that one. That just blew my mind. Yeah, that one man crew shit is whack. Don't even waste your time. It's very, very tasteless and attention whory, and I mean, it just shows like where that dude's at, like how desperate that dude is to get any response out of anybody. Like, it's sad. Though I'm tempted to make a video about one man crew because it's like so funny and sad at the same time. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know if it's like worth shining a light on that kind of shit because it is just so goofy and sad and desperate. You know what I mean? But him standing in the snow is pretty hilarious, and that's lost media at this point, right? You can't find that video of him. Oh, what did he do on Swill? Did he go on Swill? That's fucking weird. We talking about one man crew? He went on Swill? Why the fuck did Swill have him on? Why would Swill have him on? That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I have the footage of him waiting in the snow. And I have the footage of him saying he's going to fuck Violent J's ass or he's going to eat his ass or whatever. He apologized? Bro, you can't release a diss song and then who is he, J. Cole? What the fuck? You can't do that. The fuck? Can't release a heinous ass diss song where you're saying some of the shit he's saying and then try to say, whoop, whoop. No, I'll take that back. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That's desperate. What the fuck? New levels of desperation unlocked. Bro, he got clown hard as... Swill made a ton of memes. I bet he did. And they're completely got him. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Well, props for Swill ambushing him. That's fucking funny. I have to maybe check that out. Yeah, hella thirsty for the Duke, Strange Suspicion. That's facts. All right, I gotta wrap this up. I gotta try to wrap this up because Strange Suspicion's going live at 8. Fuck. Shaggy says stop sending wrestling questions. Shaggy says King Diamond is stale, and then they look up King Diamond and laugh at him for a bit. King Diamond and ICP, by the way, are technically in the same movie. They're both in the movie Spun together. Fun fact. They plug the May tour, Sonic Temple. Shaggy asks, is that a band? Sonic Youth. Lucha Lili went to see The Phantom Menace. Shaggy went to see Revenge of the Sith. Extended Star Wars talk, some super chats. Something about beef with Jay in the chat. Maybe that's one-man crew leftovers being discussed in the chat. They plug the new weed strain, cotton candy and popsicles, smoking weed out of a Ned like a bong. Renee brings Shaggy a towel for his spillage and offers him a blankie too, which is really sweet. Shaggy drops knowledge about the word pussy on Renee. I already forgot it. How it's not about Nedden or a cat. Shaggy gang fun fact. A lot of gangsters get shot in the dick and or balls and end up in the ER. There's some Tron talk. Shaggy speculates that Jared Leto sucks a mean dick. Shaggy heard Proud to Be an American song in Manny's truck, and then the guy next to him was bumping it real hard and singing the fuck out of it. Jared Leto has a cult. Shaggy wants to join a cult. Hey, Jared Leto, hit up Shaggy 2 Dope. Beyonce country tour apparently is a flop. Tickets really cheap. Manny says the album is ungood. Shaggy wants to beat Jared Leto. There's a lot of Jared Leto talk in this episode. Shaggy says if you follow his cult, you are multi-tarded. So I guess no Shaggy 2 Dope in Jared Leto's cult after all. National days, Shrimp Scampi Day. Shaggy compares shrimp to cockroaches. Shaggy wants Justin to eat cockroaches that he prepared like shrimp. Apparently this is going to go down on Tuesday, by the way. Tomorrow, National Zipper Day. They watch a really interesting video about zippers. Peace Rose Day, Quit Snoring Day. Manny sounds like Darth Vader when he snores. KFC chicken and waffles, which we tried, by the way. That was pretty good. Manny and Shaggy argue over Miss Butterworth having a fat ass or not. Shaggy shares some bizarre and wacky facts. A foster family traded a kid for a monkey. The 5-second rule doesn't work. Shaggy wants to drink Bar S hot dog water. Says Justin has to wash his cockroaches, his cockroach scampi down with Bar S hot dog water. Justin attempts to back out of eating cockroaches and drink the hot dog water. Keegan's farts get a reference. Sperm racing. They actually watch sperm racing. I have questions about the sperm racing. How do you organize the sperm racing? How do you get those little buggers to cooperate with sperm racing? This seems suspicious to me. Taco the Human Dog, a costume that costs 14 grand. I don't know if it's worth playing y'all that. I'm trying to finish this up. Shaggy says he knew a dog with no nose once, and he put a Groucho Marx glasses gimmick on it. With the fake nose and everything. Shaggy reads a list of strange items left at baggage claim. This is the listicle. Items left on Jersey beaches, another listicle. A porn girl who took 50 shots in the butt in 2 hours. Stuff found in Uber cars listicle. I wonder if there was. No, that couldn't have been. The 50 shots couldn't have been a listicle too. Shaggy says he got took for a milli in divorce in this clip at the end there, real offhandedly. Not really worth playing. Oh, we got Bruce Brothers episode 6 next. Let's do it. Mandela Effect. They were joined by Sarah Rissi this time as the special guest. Atari the dog was on the desk for much of this stream. Man, thank y'all for sticking with me. This is getting quite tiresome. No, Joe, the wifey hasn't come up again, but we can talk about her again. Shouts out to your wife. She put in for that raise for me, right? That'd be really dope. Could use a raise. That's a shoot, brother. That's a shoot. Love you, Joe. Love you for real. I cannot express to you, Joe, how much it blew my fucking mind when I realized it was you. It was that Joe. I'm like, because my initial reaction is like, yeah, I know a Joe, but it can't be that Joe. Yeah, it can't be that Joe. No, it's that Joe. It was that Joe. Wrong HR. Damn it. We'll have her put in a good word with the right HR, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. All right, let me get into this. Jump Steady talks about the Nelson Mandela of it all, the Nelson Mandela of the whole Mandela effect. By the way, this episode is about the Mandela effect. Episode 6 of the Bruce Brothers podcast. Jay learned about the Mandela effect from Michael Jackson chilling with Nelson Mandela. He remembers that's his frame of reference from Nelson Mandela. Let's see. He was never affected by the Nelson Mandela died effect, because that's essentially the one that kicked it off for a lot of people. A lot of people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison back in the day. There's some time travel talk. Jay still doesn't remember Neil deGrasse Tyson's name. Talks about using it to extend lifespan. Jay has a conspiracy theory about this. Jay's rich people lifespan conspiracy theory. Time travel conspiracy theory. Hopefully they didn't Shaggy show me again.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me finish my theory. All right. So I believe that we may have invented time travel, okay? And it's exclusively for billionaires and people with mad money, right? And they're offering these Illuminati members or whoever get to be in on a secret that we have time travel technology. They're offering these people who have money and like to play with history in the world, you know what I'm saying? And for a certain price, they will allow you, whether they do it for you or they let you go back and do it yourself somehow. I don't know. Nobody knows, because I never knew anybody in the Illuminati that's spilling the beans. But they are going back and they are changing time, Jeff. They're going back and they are changing history, Rob.
Are you saying Jeff's a time traveler?
I'm just waking Jeff up. I'm waking up the sleeping.
Right. Okay.
Okay. They are going back, for example, you know, what's a classic Mandela, right? Or like a pop song. These are the lyrics, right?
Yeah.
So a certain billionaire says, well, I'm going to change that lyric, you know? And so they're like, okay, so they go back in time, they change the lyric, then they come back and they're like, it's changed. And he's like, what are you talking about? Nothing's changed. Then he reads the lyrics online and he's like, oh my God, you did it.
Right. Like
You did it.
Like it's kind of like something subtle they fucked with, and then they can say, I did that.
They can say they
Yeah,
did it. They can tell people it used to be this, but now it's this, and they're like,
So it's like a rich people flex that they come back and they create these Mandela effects. Jump leans towards the simulation theory. DNA is math, glitches in the matrix. Sarah says she doesn't really believe in the Mandela effect and thinks that people are just misremembering things, which is where I land with a lot of this stuff. Sarah doesn't speak a lot on this episode, but she does speak a little bit more than she has in the past, and I think it was good to see some of her personality coming out a little bit. I agree with her heavily on the misremembering things. I think a large amount of these are people misremembering, but there's one I think a lot of us can all agree on, and this is a big one that I think everyone remembers this. The Fruit of the Loom one, because I think everyone remembers the cornucopia.
Cornucopia, is that what it's called? I remember it because
I mean, I remember having shirts with this shit on it. I remember having white tees with the shit on the fucking label.
I think I asked my mom what it was. So like,
I get you, yeah.
remember that. So but why would they like
This is the one I have a lot of trouble with.
so some guy can be like, I took the cornucopia out.
I just don't see why they would change it. What would be the purpose of that?
Now that picture, right?
Same, Androponics. I learned what it was because of it being on the label. Because I remember asking, what the fuck is that?
No, not anymore.
I'm gonna tell you why I know.
What's even crazier is like,
Was Rob? You want me to tell you why?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because
I have a memory of the shit being like, there was a commercial with it or something, and I remember like asking, like, what the fuck is that thing? I think it even came up in school. I think when it was brought up in school one time, it's like, you know, the thing on the Fruit of the Loom label. Like, it was used as a frame of reference in school one time. It's just fucking crazy. I don't know what that note is. Talking to the masses. I don't know what this is.
Back the simulation again.
just hit reset.
You know, to see if we can make it again. You know, make it through again. You know, stuff like that.
Can't spells you don't remember it.
You know, we gotta understand we're talking to the masses right now, Rob. And we learned a long time ago that when you're talking to the masses,
Oh,
you
yeah.
come across a lot of stupidity. You know what I mean?
Sorry, what do you mean by that?
Well, there's a lot of stupid people in the masses.
A lot. I put myself amongst that.
No, I'm saying seriously, when you're talking to the masses, make the instructions as easy as possible. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of stupidity in the world. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing.
Yeah, that you know, again, when you look at the global warming situation, not really doing anything to change it, we're just heading into destruction. Is that what you're trying to get at?
No, I was just gonna say there's probably a couple loofs out there that don't understand what a Mandela effect is yet. So I want to show a video.
Oh yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, now the video they play is about Britney Spears and how she had a mic headset in the Oops I Did It Again video with the leather suit, and a lot of people remember the mic headset, but the mic headset's not there. If you actually watch the video, it's not there. There's a clip of her adjusting a mic that isn't there. Jay says it's just airbrushed out. There's a Britney Spears one about the skirt, about her first song there. I forget the name of the first song. The one where she's dressed as a schoolgirl or whatever. A lot of people remember the skirt looking a certain kind of way, and I I think it's like, actually, it's a black skirt. It's not the red skirt that everyone thinks it is. So that's like another Britney Spears one that I know about. This one makes Jump Steady mad. He asked us to picture the vehicle that they were in the day that JFK got his brain splattered. Jump remembers it being a black car with a driver in a passenger seat. Is JFK and Jackie in the back seat with a driver and a passenger in the front seat. But there's actually a third row, a middle row of seats in the car that JFK got his brain splattered in. Star Trek Captain Picard is carrying around a weird crystal in his hand. Jay talks about how Al Capone died, syphilis in jail. Apparently he didn't die in jail. He was paroled and he was out of jail for 8 years. Which blew my mind. I remember that. I mean, that was the whole thing. He died of syphilis in jail, right? What the fuck? That one kind of blew my mind because I do remember that being a thing. Like, Al Capone famously died of syphilis in jail at Alcatraz, right? I think that was the fucking story. There's some ICP Mandela effects. The Hang On Die for Tilt-A-Whirl. Jay confirms it is Hang On Die on Tilt-A-Whirl. That's worth playing for sure. Jay confirming the whole Hang On Die of it all.
Life, yes, man.
And he only got 8 years of the bone for all the wild.
I think that's so wild, man.
That's crazy.
The chat brought up 2 ICP related Mandela effects.
No shit.
No, yeah. So the first one goes to the song Tilt-A-Whirl with the lyrics. Is it they all or is it hang on?
Hang on, die. It's always been hang. It's never been they all.
They all.
No, I'll tell you the
I
truth.
always thought it was they all.
No.
See?
Hang
I mean, I thought it was they all too.
Die.
Joe, you've been reprogrammed.
Oh my God, I probably have.
You're one of the programmed human beings.
Dang. You've been programmed. You don't remember Jacques-Louis Picard's crystal.
They had
the other ICP Mandela effect, and this one's a bit of a stretch, is from the stalker. You wouldn't like Jiffy. It ain't got no nuts. When it's actually Jif, it's not Jiffy. Sarah is allergic to peanuts. Then there's the Bernstein and Bernstein Bears. Now this one bugs the shit out of me too because I just remember that book. I remember those books. I remember the cartoon series. There was There was a lady my dad dated after my mom died, who had a daughter who was a huge Bernstein Bears fan. She had like tons of the VHSs, tons of the books. I remember her watching her VHSs and like seeing Bernstein Bears cartoons because she was such a big Bernstein Bears mark. That one fucks with me too. That one definitely fucks with me. It's definitely Bernstein, not Bernstein. Jay brings up bands that don't have the word the in front of them. Carpenters, Ramones, Eagles, Bee Gees. They never had the word the in their name. They asked the question, how come it isn't the Insane Clown Posse? Sarah says that she thought it was the Insane Clown Posse before she started dating Violent J. I actually call them the Insane Clown Posse quite a bit. If you look at some of my video titles, there's a whole gang of them where I call them the Insane Clown Posse. Why isn't it the Prince or the Jump Steady? Then there's the whole Oscar Mayer and Oscar Mayer of it all. And in reality, it's Mayer with an A, which is wild because the Oscar Mayer song is actually spelling out the fucking name. Like the fucking jingle is spelling out the name. Is there anyone that remembers Bernstein in the chat? I see some people saying, I remember Bernstein. Bernstein. Does anyone remember Stain in the chat? I'm just curious. What do you remember, though? I want to know if anyone actually remembers it being Stain. Like from their childhood or whatever, or younger ages or whatever. Like before hearing of the concept of the Mandela effect. Does anyone remember it being Stain before hearing of the concept? Raisin Bran, the sun does not have sunglasses on. He never did. With Raisin Bran, I often think of the California raisins. I feel like the California raisins wearing sunglasses had some sort of effect on you thinking that the sun wore sunglasses. Yeah, no one in the chat. Everyone's saying Stain. Or no one's saying Stain. Everyone's saying Stain. See, I fucked up just now. I have a clip here. It's a Kid Rock reference here.
I do not accept that logo ever.
Some asshole, probably Kid Rock for some reason. Some asshole got rich and was like, I'm going to go back and erase those sunglasses on the Raisin Bran rocks.
Kid Rock.
That's definitely a
Kid Rock did that
For some reason, he's at fault for that one.
All right, let me...
That's his ongoing joke of the celebrities going back in time to change things. Kid Rock catching a stray, though. JS, why don't you give kids sugar before bed? It's because they get hyper, right? Jay says that you're wrong. Oh yeah, I gotta play this shit. This is funny as fuck.
Not good for them. It's like sugar's not good.
Let me help you out with this.
Okay.
The same thing that happens to a child.
Jay was super funny on this episode.
Rob, why should you not give a 7-year-old sugar cake for before bed?
Right, because they get super hyperactive.
Wrong!
And it's short-lived. It's a short burst of energy.
Okay, just everybody please zip it shut and peep. Jeff, if you will. I'm going to school the fuck out of you guys. You
Man,
know nothing.
this is
I'm the one that didn't go to school.
This is sounding like some bullshit you're about to show us.
School 'em.
So essentially, sugar doesn't have that effect on you. Even though it's that's more of like, that feels more like an old wives' tale than like a Mandela effect. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go swimming after you eat type of thing. Like, it feels like more of like an old wives' tale. Not that it was like a scientific fact that got changed or something. Jay plays a video about sugar. Let's see. Doesn't make you hyper or give you an energy rush. Next is Sex in the City versus Sex and the City. It's and the City, apparently. Jump Steady says he's a huge Sex and the City mark. He's seen every episode. He's seen the movies in the theaters. Huge Sex in the City mark. And he remembers it the other way, too. I just really want to highlight how big of a mark of Sex in the City Jump Steady is. Jay asked the room what pyramids were used for. Burial, mummies. They have never found any bodies or mummies inside the pyramids. They've all been found outside or near the pyramids. That one is kind of fucking mind-blowing. That one's crazy. Jump asked the room to visualize a plane. The engine's on a plane. Where are they? Jump remembers them being underneath the wings always. Sarah says she remembers them being not really like attached to the wings, but sort of in the front of the wings. But when they show the picture, Sarah's kind of right with her description. So it's interesting. And I remember, I actually do remember them being under their wings too. That was like a big fucking plot point in the Twilight Zone movie, when that fucking creature's on the wings, like fucking halfway down the wing, and he's bending over and pulling the shit out. Like, I remember that shit from watching it as a kid. So that one fucks with me too. But Sarah was right with her remembering of that. Jay asked the room to finish the lyric, "Sweet dreams are made of these." It's this, apparently. But she actually says it like, "Theos." She says it like weird in the song. So that's sort of an accent thing or an embellishment thing. There's a safety dance one. We can dance if we want to versus you can dance if you want to. I think Jay got this one confused. Jay asks, how many village people are there? It's 6, not 5. Jeeves brings up Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. It's actually Life was like a box of chocolates, which that one doesn't make sense to me either. Jump brings up Star Wars, the Luke I am your father one. It's actually No, I am your father. C-3PO's leg is another one. C-3PO has a silver leg. He is not entirely gold. This one is a bit of a stretch. Jay says it's Chumbawamba, not wait, it's Chumbawamba. This one's a stretch. Hold on.
Good call, though. You're right, but that's the name of the song. The name of the group is not Chumbawamba.
What?
It's not.
I had the CD. It's Chumbawamba.
It's Chumbawamba. It's Chumbawamba.
Oh, that one's a bit of a stretch, to say the least. Jay, let's see. Jay asks about the Nintendo 64. He actually he means the original NES. You never had to push the carts down with the original NES. You just had to push them in. I definitely remember pushing them in and pushing down. I definitely remember doing that. You never had to push them down in the original SNES. You just had to push them in. Does that seem right to anyone? That does not seem right to me at all. I definitely remember pushing them in and then pushing them down. No? That one fucks with me pretty bad too. Monopoly Man not having a monocle. There's a 10 Commandments one where Jay gets caught up on thou shalt sacrifice their first son. In the original 10 Commandments, Jay says he says he's going to come back with evidence of this one this week. Sarah says, let's see. Yeah, spring loaded, right? Yeah, that one fucks with me bad. Do you not hear the clips? Shit. Jeez, are you not hearing the clips? Jeez, did you just fuck with me? You guys can hear the clips, right? The clips are hella low.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's clearly always been Chumbawamba.
Clearly, it's always been Chumbawamba.
I don't even know where you got Chumbawamba from. It's clearly been Chumbawamba from the beginning.
You know, I don't accept these fucking changes, man.
I don't like this one.
I don't accept this. I'll never.
Turned it mad low on the fucking. I think I fixed it. My bad on that, guys. Thank you, Cheese House. I thought you were fucking with me for a second. Let's see. Fuck. Where was I? Sarah says that Jay finds stuff online that's not true all the time. Jump Steady is next. Snow White, mirror on the wall. It's magic mirror on the wall, not mirror on the wall. That one seems weird as fuck to me. Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. It's actually if you build it, he will come. Scary Movie 2, Take My Strong Hand is never said in the whole movie at all. The Queen, We Are the Champions one of the world is not in the song. The Mona Lisa, Smiling. Jay says it used to be a debate if she was smiling or not. I remember that shit. Jay says that she has a little veil on as well. Jay says she looks like she's guilty of a fart, the Mona Lisa. Jay brings up Shazam with Sinbad. Shaq is in Kazam. That one's pretty obvious to me. That's some weird Shaq and Shazam and Kazam. It's something to do with that. Jay says he remembers commercials for Kazam, though, with Sinbad. No, wait. Shazam with Sinbad. Fucking A. See, I'm mixing them up. Pearl Harbor was the only attack on U.S. soil by Japanese. Apparently there was a balloon attack with bombs. That was over the Japanese attack on U.S. soil, where they flew a series of balloons with bombs on them. The Wizard of Oz, the Scarecrow having a pistol. Jump says he thinks... Ooh. I was on that screen the whole damn time. Let's see. Jump Steady thinks the Wizard of Oz Scarecrow having a pistol is the best evidence of the Mandela effect. Here's the thing about that one, though. You saw Kazam in the theater. Oh, the one with Shaq, though. The one with Shaq. See, you must boom. See, I'm fucking mixing them up again. I keep mixing them up. I remember the Scarecrow having the gat, though. I remember him having the gun, because I remember being a little kid and thinking how fucking bizarre that was. I do remember the gun. Jay says he wishes that they would reprogram the simulation to make his knees feel better. All right, I have another Shaggy show to do, but I think I'm going to call it quitsies because I am exhausted. I've been on here for 2 hours and 26 minutes. Strange Suspicion is trying to go live. Probably already is live. So I think what I'm going to do is save this other one for next time. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, this Thursday one with DJ Clay on it. We'll save that for next time. That sound good? Because I do not feel like doing another fucking 20 minutes on this Shaggy show or however long it takes me to finish it. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. More stuff and things coming soon. Shirts. Hit me up for shirts. Thank you, everybody who's copped a shirt. Very much appreciated. Hit me up for CDs. Got a whole grip of CDs for sale. Oh, fuck. Let me unbox this before I fucking forget. P.O. Box. Oh. Humble Among, P.O. Box 731. Bellows Falls, Vermont 05101 is the address if you'd like to send something. The P.O. Box. So, I dropped these shirts, right? And the homies, the Backseat Boys, hit me up to get the old shirts. And we decided to do a shirt swap. So I sent them a couple of old school green humble. Oh, that's so fucking sweet of them. Oh, these guys rule. He sent me an autograph pic. Hold on, let me get good lighting on this. It says, to Humble Among and Emily. Amog. Humble Amog and Emily. Tommy Grayson. Backseat Boys Do America. JP Grayson. Whoop whoop. Gotta get that framed. That's fucking tight. Shouts out to the Backseat Boys. Very nice of you guys to send that with it. That's fucking dope. But we traded a couple of shirts, so I got me a Backseat Boys shirt, and Emily got herself a Backseat Boys shirt. So shouts out to the Backseat Boys. Thank you for the shirt trade and the signed fucking 8x10 there. I'm gonna get that framed and put up on the wall here. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. If you'd like to cop a shirt, hit me up. I got to drop 4 vlogs, 4 documentaries / vlogs. I got to do a couple of verses. Hit me up if you're trying to work on a song or something. Definitely open to working with people on songs. I want to work with people who want to work with me. You know what I mean? So I have to finish this fucking album too, though, is the only thing. Stay tuned. I got to finish this damn album. High Strangeness coming soon. All right, love you guys. Whoop whoop. Have a good one. And broadcast.